Hey guys, it's Lord of the Cubes, and this is going to be a one-year retrospective of all of the comps I went to in 2024. Also, I don't have any footage of my first comp I went to because I wasn't recording during the competition. Anyway, here's the second comp I went to in 2024. Oh, god dang it. I didn't start, did I? Oh no.
So that's a DNF, right?
Yeah. My first event at this comp was 2x2, and other than that time that you just saw when I didn't put my hands on the timer for long enough to start it, it actually went pretty well. I got a couple of sub-5s. Also, that little plushie you see in the background, his name is Cubert. He's my new mascot, and he is going to be at all of my tournaments now. 3x3 went very well for me, because for a long time I was unable to get a sub-20 in an actual competition, until today, and here's my reaction. Finally got a sub-20, oh my god! Now unfortunately, I can't show that solve because I was holding the cube just slightly off screen the whole time. I'm new to this whole recording in comps thing, okay? Anyway, I did still get a 19-second time on camera, so you guys can enjoy that footage as well. Second sub-20. Oh look, a force cube. Let me try this out. During my first cube solve, I was distracted by someone else's judge messing up the inspection time.
Sorry, I forgot to say 8 seconds. But you didn't 8 seconds inspection time. That was my bad.
But fortunately, it didn't distract me enough that I still got a good time and I did not have to get an extra attempt. My third solve, however, was absolutely terrible. Now, I'm not going to show the time I got, but I'm going to show you what happened at the very end of the solve, which was rather unfortunate. Oh, is that a +2?
Is that a +2? It's like right on the line. We're gonna have to get a delegate for that.
Yeah, delegate. So the delegates came over and decided that, yep, that's a +2. And then, would you look at that, I got the same scramble again. I did need an extra attempt after all. I got the scramble last time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Delegate?
Other than that, Scube went pretty well. I got a PR average. So after lunch, they did a raffle, and I won. I won a Diane Guhong Pro M, and I already had 2 of those. So I walked around for a while looking for trades. Someone was trying to sell an MGC 6x6 for 15 bucks, but I asked them if they wanted to trade cubes instead, and they agreed. So now I have an MGC 6x6. Next up was Pyraminx. Usually I'm pretty terrible at Pyraminx, but this time I broke my last PR average by like 4 seconds. I'll take it. And that was about it for PBs and Palisades. And with our second competition out of the way, it's about time we talk about the third one. You will not believe how hard the first Pyraminx scramble I got was.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was all. As you can see, the scramble was impossible to solve, so I just didn't even attempt to solve it and got an extra attempt. After that, it was a pretty normal Pyraminx session. 3x3 had something very notable happen, though.
Yuki! Alexander Phil! 17!
No way. So what you just saw was an OLL skip, which has a 1 in 216 chance of happening, and that turned a pretty mediocre solve into my PR. I then proceeded to get a couple more sub-20 times and set my PR average. After that, I did a few solves on the world's fastest Scube diamond, you know, just for fun, and then went to go compete in clock for the first time ever, and that went pretty well. Good. So I actually ended up getting 2 PRs in a row on clock. Only one of them was actually good. My second solve was 11-point-something seconds. On the lunch break, I recorded this YouTube short that you may have already seen. Let's go. No, +2. After lunch, it was time for 2x2. I consistently got 5s and 6s and ended up setting my PR average. Right.
Jeez, is that good for you?
Strong start.
Evan Schaefer!
Oh my god. No way. No way. And I still managed to get less than my first time. This scramble in particular was insane. You might have noticed me take about 1 second of inspection time. The reason for this is because I picked up the cube, saw this, and was like, yeah, I don't even need to look, do I? Next up was round 2 of clock, which I somehow made despite it being my first time ever competing in the event. Little did I know that it was all downhill from there. I was just finishing up my second attempt of clock when tragedy struck. Oh, so that's a DNF? I was 1 move away, which in any other event would be a +2, but in clock is a DNF. Oh well, it's alright, it's just 1 DNF. It's not like I would let it happen again. It is not. Is it? It is a DNF? You're kidding. I really just solved the entire clock to 6 o'clock. Rookie mistake, but it's alright. I wouldn't let myself DNF more than 12. Oh, you're kidding. I did.
Turn.
Should I just turn it over? Okay.
Well, not anyway.
This is what my scorecard looks like. Okay, yeah, this was a total failure. But this opened my eyes to a pretty big problem in WCA's clock regulations. See, the issue is that it's actually really easy to DNF on clock, easier than most other events, because 1 move away is a +2 and not a DNF. And if you have a good clock, it is very easy to +2 if you're going fast. And going fast is what we do here at the WCA, if you haven't already noticed. So, if nothing else, it was a learning experience. After all that, it was time for the final round of 3x3, and I was never going to let myself DNF again. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. How did I manage to do that? That's right, I pulled a Felix. Not quite because it wasn't a world record, but still. The judge debated with me for a bit over whether we needed to get a delegate involved, but I assured him that, yep, that was my fault. I had it all on video. Y'all just saw it. And that was the first time that's ever happened to me on a Guhong, so like, what the hell. Anyway, I followed that up with screwing up a U-perm and getting a time I really shouldn't have.
Isaiah, 19!
My god. And then 3 more normal 3x3 times to bring my average to something not too terrible.
Exit, 17!
Right? See, that's what I should have been getting the whole time. That was the end of that tournament. Now let's move on to the next one.
I've never given a watch.
Oh. On my first solve, the judge was never given a stopwatch, but after we got that sorted out, I got a terrible time. And then several actually decent ones on Pyraminx. Cool. So that's PR. Nice. But then, on 3x3, a miracle happened. So that was a PR, and here's what it looked like when I did that clap. For obvious reasons, my face is censored in this video, but as you can see, my glasses fly off my face as I accidentally hit them while I clapped. I don't know, it's pretty funny. So I broke my 3x3 PR single and average, and also +2 on a solve. Oh, in clock, I also broke my PR single. That was so close to sub 10, come on. But I didn't DNF. If you can guess what cube this is, I will give you a high five.
Is it the one that looks like a block?
No. It's a 4x4x6 scrambled. On Scube, I got the same exact time twice, which was pretty funny. Okay, I'll take it. And is that exactly what I got in my first solve? It is. No way. I almost got a PR on 2x2. Alright. right? Oh my god, that was it's like PR2. After all these years, I finally have them all. Clock and Scube were pretty normal in the second round, and that wrapped up this tournament. But the next one on Memorial Day weekend would probably be one of the most interesting tournaments of my cubing career that I've been to. Oh, why didn't it start? So, I'm not really going to get into the solves at this tournament because they weren't that interesting. First day was Pyraminx, round 1 o'clock, and Scube. And I was there selling my older puzzles that I didn't need anymore to support the Ukraine House DC Foundation, Inc. Somebody donated $100 in addition to his order if you were that man. Thank you so much. Then I got to try out the GAN 5x5.
Layers. The inner layers speak for themselves.
Alright, this is better than my MVC.
Oh, it's so much better than
Absolutely.
NBC.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be good. Because, like, the 4, can I see the 4?
I just
Yeah, see,
don't.
look at
yeah.
it's all clickety and stuff. Little did I know that some incredible puzzle designers were about to arrive. It could be mega. I got Matt Bahner to sign my stack mat. Now it's a stack mat Bahner. I hate myself. Thank you very much. I also got to try out the Master Pen Ultimate that Mike Beach designed, which is way better than MF8's, as well as Akkei's Tetraminx. Okay, Tetrahedral Megaminx, but it should be called a Tetraminx. I got to solve it. It took a couple hours, but it was really fun. And final turn. It is solved. They were kind enough to send me the files so I could make my own. On the second day, I actually brought some of my own puzzles that I created. Here's a side-by-side of 2 Megaminxes, one modified to have 4 sides, and one with 30 sides. This is the world's smallest Pyraminx. Here it is in comparison with a normal-sized Pyraminx. I also got to solve Matt Bahner's world record-breaking world's largest Pyraminx and Scube puzzles. And Akkei brought their unbandaged Radiolarian 3, which has so many new jumbling capabilities. This was especially exciting for me because I just love icosahedra, in case you couldn't already tell. Next WCA event, Radio 3++, fully unbandaged. This is my dream puzzle right here. This, by far, was absolutely one of the most exciting competitions I've ever been to, and it had nothing to do with the solves. I just really love puzzles, which is why this channel exists. After this, it would be a few more months until my next competition, Pretzel Mania, in August. I forgot my tripod, so this is my phone holder now. I started the day off by breaking my PR on 3x3. Yes! Freaking PR. Let's go. Twice. Yes! No way. I beat one, so I got a 15.28 and then I got a 15.24. Both of those were PRs. After setting both my 3x3 PR single and average, I went to go compete in 3x3 one-handed for the first time ever.
Oh, there it is.
Dude, I'm solving now, so please stop talking. Thank you. Alright. Look, you can't talk while I'm cubing, okay? That's a distraction, you can't do that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's alright, we'll do it again. It's a giant 11x11 ball. So the guy at the table next to me had several 3D printed puzzles, including a copy of Matt Bahner's World's Largest Pyraminx and giant 11x11 ball. He also had a tiny Pyraminx that I got to solve, as well as several other puzzles that I had never seen before, but I got to solve for the first time. Actually know how to do Killaminx PLL that well, so
That's like me and
let's
Mega
go. I
Minx.
got a PLL skip. Let's go. All right, I got a 37. Let's go. 2x2 went pretty well. I made second rounds, and then I just barely made 3x3 finals with an average of like 21 seconds. Oh, check this out. They made a transparent case for my square 3. How very convenient.
I don't know how to.
Alright, how do I open it? How do I open it? The Pretzel Maniacs were doing a lot of cube trading, so I thought I might want to join in, as I had a few puzzles there that I was actually intending to trade. Some kid came up to me with a GAN Pyraminx, and he wanted to trade it for my X-Man Bell V1, which I don't understand, but I can't complain. So now I have a game Pyraminx. I also traded an old Chiyu Squan for a Rubik's Brand 50th anniversary cube, which I had wanted for my collection for some time, and I wanted to trade my Meilong Killaminx for a Wit Eden 3x3x9, but somebody freaking stole the 3x3x9, so both me and the guy who had the 3x3x9 ended up buying one online, and the trade never actually happened. Hey, remember that MGC 6x6 from earlier in the year? Well, Pretzel Mania had a 10-minute time limit on 6x6, so I thought, screw it, why not? So I did 6x6, and first solve was my best one, and a piece popped out, and I DNF'd the third one. This is what happens when you let little kids play with your Mega Minx shape mod. I ended the day by competing in FTO unofficially at a WCA tournament for my first time ever. I didn't do super well. My best time was like a 49.57, I think. It was a lot of fun. There weren't a lot of people left by then, so it was like a smaller group, and I'm so glad I installed my anti-pop kit because everybody's FTOs were just like exploding during solves, and mine wasn't. And I'm really lucky that my anti-pop kit came like the day before I left for the competition. Not too bad. On the second day, I competed with my new GAN Pyraminx for the first time, and then somebody got a 3-second time, which was their PB, while borrowing my Scube.
That's awesome.
I followed that up by also breaking my PR on Scube, a 5.0. That's PR. That's PR. After that was second round of Pyraminx and second round of Scube. It's a pretty nice time.
Yeah.
And to end off the day, a judge put the cup right in front of the camera a couple times. This is why I don't like this camera angle. I don't have any other good footage, so let's just skip to the next competition. High Five Bloomsburg 2024 started off with 3x3 round 1, which was absolutely horrible. But then in OH, I broke my PR twice. That might have been PR, I'm not sure. PR, let's go.
Hey, congratulations.
Then I was judging someone's cube solve and they got this time, nice. And then I followed it up with getting some pretty fast times myself. I managed to get a counting 5 in my average. Wasn't quite PR, but it was good. Sub 6 and I didn't warm up at all. Oh, okay. Nice. Counting 5. And after that was the second round of 3x3, which was equally horrible, although I did notably raw dog a yellow cross in one of the solves, and followed that up with getting a world record. I'm ready. Wait. Yes! Let's go, world record. Crazy, right? I finally took down Yihang. Anyway, I ended off this competition with a sub 30 in one-handed round 2, which I was extremely happy with. Yes, freaking sub 30, let's go. I also finally traded my Meilong Killaminx. I now have this deformed Centrosphere 3x3, which is just a 3x3, but it looks cool and M moves are annoying as hell. That's all I've got to say about this competition. Oh, okay.
DNF.
Yep. First thing that happened was 3x3, and as you saw, I managed to DNF a solve, but I redeemed myself for it by getting a 16. Didn't DNF. Let's go. I managed to count a 4 in 2x2, which is pretty good for me. That's never happens. How was that not a sub 4? What? Josh from Pretzel Mania was at this competition as well, and he had some more cool puzzles to show off. I also brought both of the puzzles I designed to this competition and let people try them out.
Are you gonna talk?
I don't know, I didn't think this far ahead. Collab with Klee Cubing, subscribe to her channel's gonna be linked in the description.
Okay. I didn't know I was gonna shout out.
Also subscribe to me because I'm in a subscriber race and losing badly. Finally, somebody's attempting the challenge square 3.
Like to solve it. That would be really cool.
We're on the hardest part. Cube shape.
Well, I solved one of the cube shapes.
You solved one side.
But I didn't solve the other one.
You've got square shape. You gotta bring it into the third dimension. Bro, over-inspected.
No, I didn't. That's crazy.
Okay.
Don't know why you'd suggest that. But you can +2 me if you want.
DNF.
God, yeah.
Could have beaten it too if you had just seen that it was.
I didn't see it.
I totally didn't do the same thing earlier today on 3x3, so it's okay. Then Pyraminx came and went, and a 3x3 round 2, I got a 15, and that's like the only other exciting thing that happened at this competition.
Felix Bond, Station 13.
It should have been 15, but I messed up. I started this final competition off with the most consistent 3x3 round I've ever had. I got 3 18s, a 17, and a 19, and you'll never guess what I averaged. Next up was my first ever round of 4x4. Usually I'm not fast enough to compete in 4x4 since I average around 1 minute 20 seconds, and most competitions have a cutoff of 1:15, which is ridiculous in my not so humble opinion. Anyway, I usually am just a little bit too slow to be able to compete and know that I will beat the cutoff. However, the cutoff at this competition was a much more reasonable 1 minute 30 seconds, so I competed and I actually started off by getting a 1:07.
You got oil.
Shows what I know about how fast I am, I guess. I brought the Triacus Megamorphix, and some people scrambled it and solved it, and it was pretty fun. Anyway, I competed in 2x2 after probably like well over a month of not practicing 2x2, and somehow pulled a sub 4 out of the bag. Alright. Well, I think that might have been PR. And then plus 2'd. Oh no, it's alright. After that, 3x3 round 2 happened, slightly less consistent, but I did get a 16, so I'll take that. And then one-handed, where I got the most borderline plus 2 I've ever gotten on a 3x3. No? Oh. Yeah, this was too this much. Followed by this solve, which was almost a sub 30. Right. Well, should have been sub 30. And I was going to compete in clock, but I wasn't feeling super well. I had a cold at the time, so I just left. So that just about wraps up all of the competitions that I went to in 2024. In the outro, I'm going to show some of my statistics from this year. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe. If you haven't gone to competitions and you're a cuber, I highly recommend it. And on that note, this is Lord of the Cubes, signing off.